If you're already getting traffic to your sales page, it's a good time for you to think about boosting conversion rates. But remember, and be sure to jot this down, it doesn't really matter how many conversion-focused techniques you try implementing if you're only getting 10 people to look at your sales page per week. Step 1 to boosting conversion rates is to have a nice influx of traffic coming to your site, hopefully every day. And you can do this by building up an audience on social media, building up your own email list, running ads, and a whole bunch of different ways that we're not really going to talk about in this video. Now, once you're seeing steady traffic, that is when it's a good time to focus on conversion rate optimization. And I'm going to share with you a few key strategies to help you do just that using Thrive Suite. And we're going to break it down into 3 different core areas: improving user experience, creating compelling offers, and using data to make informed decisions. Thrive Suite gives you pretty much all the tools that you need to do this effectively. But remember, it's not about blindly adding features. It's about focusing on intentional changes that lead to real results. So first up is user experience. If people land on your page and can't easily navigate, understand your message, or find what they're looking for, they're just going to leave. It's that simple. But Thrive Architect is the one tool that you're going to want to use here. Not just because it lets you create beautiful landing pages, but because it gives you complete control over how you guide your visitors throughout your entire sales page. And hey, a big part of user experience, believe it or not, is the words that you're using on your page. Like, make sure that, especially in your hero section, you're making use of copy that really shows your visitors that, hey, you understand their pain points and problems and that they've come to the right place to get help. So that takes care of user experience, becoming Yoda to your visitors. You're the master that is going to essentially guide them in their path to becoming one with the force. Now, let's switch gears and talk about your offer. Look, it doesn't really matter how great your product is. If your offer doesn't speak to your audience's needs, you're not really going to convert them. And when I say offer, I don't just mean the product itself, but also how it's presented. And how does Thrive Suite really help here? Well, with a nifty little tool called Thrive Optimize. You see, with Thrive Optimize, and the way I personally use it is to A/B test my call to actions and offers overall. Like, it's not enough to just guess which headline or button text is going to work better. You need real data. For example, with Thrive Optimize, you can test whether a scarcity-driven headline performs better than one focused on value. And once I've collected that data, I can double down on what really works with real data that's backing up my hypothesis. But you got to be patient here because you need a big sample size population to be able to come down to the right conclusion. Like, I've oftentimes seen people making predictions on A/B tests where 20 people have landed on one page and 50 on another one. And that's just not really a big enough sample population to be able to come to the right conclusion. Like, give yourself time to get some more people to see all of your testing variations to make sure that you have enough data to come up with an accurate analysis on what is truly working best. And speaking of data, this is where many marketers fall short. They'll make changes, but they're not consistently tracking what is working and what isn't. And with Thrive Suite, you can dive deep into your analytics and track how visitors are behaving on your site. For example, with Thrive Leads, not only do we let you capture leads, but we also provide detailed stats on opt-in form performance. And you can see which form converts best, tweak your copy, change your offer, and then test again. I mean, this process of iteration is what really drives conversion growth. And here's one more thing I love doing myself. I have something called Microsoft Clarity installed on all of my WordPress sites. If this is the first time you're hearing about Microsoft Clarity, listen closely. It is a game changer, and the most exciting thing is that it's a free tool that you can use alongside Thrive Suite. So here's how I use it. I'm screen recording how people are behaving on my site. I can see, what pages they're visiting, where they're clicking, where they're spending, the most amount of their time reading my content, and a whole more data points. And I'm not going to lie, when I first used this, I thought it was a little bit creepy to be able to look at how people were engaging with my content and my websites, but I've gotten so much data and information from it that I always have it up and running on all of my online businesses. So, just to sum it up, boosting your conversion rate comes down to a few core principles, delivering a great user experience, making sure your offer resonates with your audience, and using data to guide your decisions. If you want to learn more about using Thrive Suite to optimize your website, check out the links in the description box where we dive into each tool in more detail. And remember, conversion rate optimization isn't a one-time thing. It's a process of consistently testing, learning, and improving.